So many people don't realize this, but doing reps, counting your reps, quantifying your reps, doing the 3 sets of 10, that's overrated, guys. And so much to say that it doesn't work. The reason why it doesn't work, guys, is because it tends to neglect a lot of different components that provides the body with the best stimulus to get the best results. Now, for the first component, we're going to talk about time under tension. You see, when you do time sets, in other words, instead of doing 20 repetitions, you're going to go for 60 seconds or for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. What happens is you experience a mental shift. But in pertaining to the body, because you're going longer and because you know mentally that there is a specific finish line, you're basically racing against the clock. Your focus is to get as many as you can naturally. Now, when you start to go up in the higher rep ranges, the muscles start to burn more. You start to notice that your heart rate is elevated, and you just notice overall exhaustion simultaneously. Now, by doing this, you start to feel that your body is working a lot harder. Now, if anybody ever remembers the last video that I made, one of the last videos I made, I talked about work, the formula of work. You guys remember what that is? Work equals force times mass times distance. So by doing time sets, you're increasing the workload because the time is always increasing. Because the time is increasing, now the amount of input or energy you have to give goes up. And by doing that, guys, you're going to notice that the body is going to have to work a lot harder. And by doing this, guys, I noticed that when I switched to this kind of training, when I put clients on this kind of training, their results exploded in terms of their muscle definition, in terms of their athletic performance, endurance, their physique. Because when you put those muscles and your cardiovascular system under a lot of stress, which is the time under tension philosophy that I always talk about, that's when the body starts to make the real changes. Now, if you're just doing 3 sets of 10, there's no time under tension, or at least not as much. So if the muscles and the body is not put under a lot of tension and a lot of stress and duress, then there's no incentivization for it to change. And that's why with my Lion Strong Fusion training program, it's a series of programs where basically I make sure that all my workouts are dumbbell based, so that way you're recruiting the most muscle fiber, you're getting the most work done. And also too, it's time based. You're gonna notice that the intensity is a lot higher, that the difficulty is increased, but what you get as a byproduct, you get an amazing physique, you get better functional cardiovascular endurance, strength endurance, muscle mass, but most importantly, you're spending a fraction of the time. Why not do that?